Hello, 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 everybody. Yes, once again, it's Sunday. So happy Sunday to everybody. Don't forget to talk to God a little bit. We need Him. Um, we've got another wonderful guest. I saw this lady for the first time, I believe, on Go Africa. I'm not sure. Wonderful lady, powerful lady. There's so many people out there that we just haven't had a chance to get. So during this time where we're in kind of a changing phase, it's perfect to do these shine the light, spotlight in the chair conversation with Julie, whatever it's called. And because I believe, and Chris, and many of us, that the power of this company is the love we have between each other. I have many sisters from other misters all around the world. Really, really, truly, it's amazing. One thing I want to keep say out: uh, don't forget to say prayers for Bangladesh. The flooding, and I'm seeing people carry babies through this flood water. It's really heart wrenching. But anyway, just be ready. As we know, Ash is in the kitchen. And yes, I didn't know it, but he's a chef and he's cooking up something really good for us, okay? He really, really is. And remember, whatever happened, when we saw him coming out of the smoke and fire and all that, you saw his silhouette and there he was. Asked me for and never walked away, never batted an eye. And any regular person, and I know I call him crazy, but it's crazy because I love him. It's crazy good would do what he's doing. I'll never forget as long as I live. Follow him anywhere. That's just me, and I know Chris feels the same way. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he's going to give you a kippy IA or whatever he does, and we'll move from there.
Back to basics. I started with a cowboy hat. I got to get back into my cowboy hats. I got to pull them all out. First thing I want to wish, and I haven't done this in a while because there's three people that I know I want to wish happy birthday to, which is Joy Six, Judy Miller, and Rob Gorman. Have a great day and enjoy yourself. But now this lady that I'm bringing on, and let me say one more thing. I think Mafus and Akram are looking, and Ava are looking for help for Bangladesh. You can contact them. They're going through some pretty bad times here. So if you want to help out, you contact those three and go from there. So this lady that I'm bringing on, I know very little about. I know her name. I just talked to her for a couple minutes. She is from the French community. What I say, she speaks a few languages. She's beautiful. And I want to bring her onto the camera right now because I want to know all about her because I know nothing about her, to be honest with you. But Francine, the floor is yours and you look absolutely beautiful.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy to be here. First and foremost, I would like to thank you, Chris and Marty, for inviting me here to shine the light. I am grateful also to my sister Marcienne because she's always saying the right word, putting it where it has to be put. Now, I would ask for you for a little indulgence because my English is not that perfect, but I will try to do my best to be understood in what I'm trying to communicate with you. Thank you for that. I have not that much to say about myself. I was born in Cameroon in a very poor family, but I have been blessed to meet people, very nice people around me, a family of three girls, and I lost my mother when I was just 8 years old, which has been a struggle and a challenge because I am the firstborn. I had to take care of my little sisters. The last one was at that time 9 months old. Due to the shock of my mother passing, my grandmother also felt sick and we were stranded. That period has been an induction period, because even if she was paralyzed in a bed, she taught me the very first element and values of life. And today I am so sad she's not here with me to see that she has been my mentor even after her death. So we grew up like, many, we do have many like that in Africa, because poverty can be rampant in some places. And I know what poverty means. I know what being hungry means. And I have been blessed to meet also very, very amazing people who took care of me, such as a nun who helped me grow and conducted also some education with me. And I would like to just say something here. That nun was not a Black person. She was a white nun from France. And she left her community to stay in a very poor area of the town and take care of a lot of children. I think that's the place where I started to understand the sense of life. Life is not having my own security and not seeing those who may need to come at the stage I am. Sharing is important. Listening is very important. And paying attention to what we have, what surrounds us. That's what I have learned with this nun. And I got brothers and sisters in that family of that nun, which means my family has become larger than it was. After that, I had a lot of challenges with my health. At the age of 8, I had a medical accident that left me with one leg paralyzed. And fortunately, again, that nun took care of me and I managed to recover. But all my life, I have been struggling with health issues. I am not that sick. I struggle, I fight, and I manage to do whatever it takes to continue to keep on the machine going. The most important is to keep on moving, even with those challenges. So I managed to go to school, and after my school, I got a job. I started my career in France. Then I met my husband. We have beautiful three all-grown children. And it was important for us to transmit the value I got from my grandmother, from non Anne-Marie. And I wanted my children to know me the way I am. I never hide it from them because we were blessed. Before even I finished school, I was recruited. We have recruiters coming to school and identifying some talents. And that's what happened to me in Paris. I got a job before even I graduated, and I worked. I was able to feed my family while my husband was still pursuing his PhD. So after that, we were blessed because my husband was recruited after his PhD as an international civil servant. And even with that life we had, I wanted my children not to forget, not to have those, sometimes when you have some means, you tend to neglect or not regard or forget where you are coming from. You cannot forget, because our life is that we are connected to one another. So if you forget one person, the chain will break and something may happen which we don't really like. And so I had a very good career. And at some point, what I was doing at the level I was getting some information that showed me the corrupted world, the corrupted society I was evolving in. I really had a serious good situation. And I told my colleagues that I just have to resign. Sorry, because humanity wanted something else. And that place I was working was supposed to deliver something else. So they said I was crazy to do that. You could not let such a position before I was 15 years before the age of retirement, but I could not stand it anymore. So I submitted my resignation, which was kept by the corporate. For 3 months, they didn't want me to go. And I kept on telling them, my place is no more here. I think I have delivered what was expected from me. And there is much more to do, particularly in Africa. And I don't see where we are going doing the way we do. Finally, they accepted my resignation. I went back to university. I graduated. The same year my son graduated, we were working together. I would tell him what I was doing, and my son will tell me, Mama, maybe you should do it that way. So we graduated the same year. And after that, I was like longing for something, but not finding exactly what it was, until the day one person from ONPASSIVE, I met her that was the very first time I met that person. We were invited somewhere, and she said, I have something I want to present to you, because we were having discussions about development of Africa, poverty in Africa, what could be done, and so on. And I came back to New York. That was in May 2020. I came back to New York. Then we had the COVID thing. And one day I just remember that somebody sent me a link. Then I went and I took the link and I Googled a bit about Ash Mufare. I said, okay, I should do this. I just subscribed. I subscribed. And I started attending webinars. The more I attended webinars, the more I felt like this could help me finalize what I started. What have I started? For years, my husband and I, we just sponsor kids here and there. They may be ours, they may be from other families. And I am so glad that these children manage, some of them, to finalize their education. Some of them are working today. I had a very interesting, how do I call it? Something very interesting happened to me. I was in Addis Ababa on transit. And that day, I just informed one of those children. I said, okay, I am on transit in Addis Ababa. How are you? How are you doing? They said, Mama, don't move. And they all came at the hotel I was. Most of them have a job today. Most of them are living their own life. And this is what humanity means. And when I met ONPASSIVE, I said, we can do more. We can do more. And what struck me the most was when Mr. Mufare told us that he was inspired by Mother Teresa. Having lived with a nun in the same conditions Mother Teresa used to have the children, it meant a lot for me. And the most was, I was saying, maybe he's a Muslim and he has not put any frontier, any barrier that I am a Muslim, but he said Mother Teresa, a Catholic nun, he could take those two and put them together. And this is the image that impacted me so much. And anytime I will talk about ONPASSIVE, I will remind people of that. We are together to be together. It's a very important thing. And the success cannot come when you are alone. For instance, if I take my hand, my palm, the palm of my hands, and I remove only one finger, I would not be able to do anything. And when I bring my two hands together, I can do much more and better. So I just decided to join and start moving with everybody in ONPASSIVE. Now, I have a lot of expectations. I think the bigger one has been met because what I have paid to subscribe to ONPASSIVE is very little compared to you guys I met. And I can tell you, we have a big, valuable family in ONPASSIVE. Whatever happens, whatever people may do, I remain very deeply enrooted in the spirit of ONPASSIVE because that's the most important. That spirit of love can move anything because this is what brought me where I am today. This is a living story that I'm telling you. Love brought me where I am. And the love we share in ONPASSIVE is what will take ONPASSIVE at the next level. We just have to keep on moving. We don't have to stay and rest in our beds thinking the world would change if we sleep. That's why I am so involved in some of the platforms that are ongoing in ONPASSIVE. I name Voyager avec nous, I name the Heroes, I name the OTEC Pro, and the French community as well. Whenever I have time, I would attend what everybody does. Maybe I don't bring something special to them, but they bring a lot to me, and I appreciate that. If you allow me, I may say few words in French because it's my community and I love them. Donc, ici, j'ai partagé mon expérience avec ONPASSIVE et j'ai dit ce que je suis. Je sors d'une famille qui n'est pas riche. Je me suis battue dans la vie pour arriver là où je suis. Et lorsque j'ai rencontré ONPASSIVE, j'ai senti que c'était ma place. Et le message que je voudrais que nous gardions, c'est ce message d'amour et d'unité. Lorsqu'on a une main et qu'on enlève le pouce, par exemple, ou bien l'index, il nous est difficile de faire des choses avec cette main. Maintenant, si nous prenons tous les doigts et nous mettons toute la main ensemble, nous allons faire beaucoup de choses. Et je nous appelle, nous tous, à rester très unis et solidaires parce que le message de notre PDG, H. Moufare, aujourd'hui, c'est l'amour. Si H. Moufare a pu prendre Mère Teresa, une catholique, comme modèle et que lui, il est venu, il a dit, on peut faire plus dans notre humanité. Je pense que c'est le message le plus fort qui puisse passer dans les temps que nous vivons. Il n'y a pas quelqu'un qui va dépasser l'autre parce que nous avons tous épousé ce message de notre PDG pour pouvoir continuer. Si nous avons épousé ce message, c'est parce que l'amour brûle quelque part en nous et que nous aimerions un monde meilleur. Donc, mon message aujourd'hui, c'est: ma vie a été ce qu'elle a été. Je peux considérer que je suis privilégiée et que j'ai réussi, et je voudrais partager avec tout le monde entier, pas seulement l'Afrique, mais le monde entier, ce que nous recevons dans ONPASSIVE, afin que, au moins, chaque jour, chaque être humain puisse dormir en se disant: j'ai mangé aujourd'hui, j'ai pu aller à l'école, j'ai pu acquérir des savoirs et je suis heureux. Merci beaucoup pour ça. So, Chris and Marty, I think I will stop here because I can talk the whole day. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wow, that was amazing.
I love that French. I just
No,
ooh.
no, but when you said you may not offer very much, trust me, Francine, this
Yeah,
was one of my favorite. Really, really good.
yeah.
Really good. You're a natural speaker. I absolutely loved it. It
And
was
you
very
you
good.
came, you know, you talked a lot about your struggles and what got you here, love. I was actually texting Marty between when we were doing it. I said, man, I couldn't imagine growing up in a situation you lose your mom and you're 8 years old and you're taking care of your 9-month sisters and
Yeah.
younger. That I think God puts things, struggles in our life for a reason. I think that it's made you an amazing woman. I love the fact that you told your kids, I want them to know who I am. I think that's beautiful. I like the fact that you brought in, well, let's say different. That the maid or the person that helped you was a white French woman,
Yeah.
and that's what impassive is. We're not. You talk about you grew your family. Your family grew because of that. And impassive is all about everyone, colors, religions. We respect it all. We agree to disagree, but you had an amazing life. I am sorry that you lost your mother at such a young age. I think your mom would have been amazing in this company also,
Yes.
but she blessed you with love in your heart, and it took you from there to here. So, Francine, you are absolutely wonderful. Like Marty said, you are a very good speaker. Need
Yes.
to hear more, even in French. But man, I'm telling you, that French language, there's something about it. It's like, I want to know this. Really, really good. Thank you, Francine.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And to the French community out there, you want to come on, shine the light. We were talking about that. Get with Francine. If you're not comfortable, we talked about this. We could bring Francine on with you. We can interpret. There's all kind of things we can do just to get more people out there. So
We also have the dancing queen,
Marcian,
Marcianne, because she will help everybody also. So
yes.
no, this is great. So if you're French and she said enough in French that uh, contact somebody. Nobody should be alone in Unpassive. Absolutely no one should be alone. Anyway, thank you everybody. Francine, thanks for getting up so early because I know you're on the West Coast. And love you all. Francine, you are definitely a new sister from another mister to me. Anyway, thank you very much. Say
Thank you.
goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.